Dubiel.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. So I was supposed to be on the Darren Bailey bus. We were just in Beecher, and I rode my motorcycle instead. And so I took my motorcycle on the road. That bugs in my teeth. There's a big traffic jam on I-55 right before the Wilmington 241 exit. So they're on their way. They're in there, and they have a bunch of people ready to talk to you, and they're ready to go. So I have a feeling that when they get here, if you can stick around for that, it's going to be worth it for you if you like it, if you like Darren Bailey, and it's going to be worth it for them to see that all of you are here supporting them. You never know how many people, who's going to be there, what's going to happen. And let me tell you something. I'm not a candidate by trade. I'm not a politician by trade. So you never know if it's going to be 2 people or 3. And this is phenomenal. This is like where we just came from. So part of the reason, my name is Matt Dubiel, and I'm sorry I'm so casual, but this is a bus tour, and I jumped on the Darren Bailey bus tour because there are a lot of these. Darren Bailey bus tour in Beecher, it was in Oswego first, and the crowd there was phenomenal. Patriots are waking up across Illinois, and we have to, because it's 2022 and truckers are representing us in Washington, D.C. And thank God they're doing it. Thank God they're doing it because our representatives are not representing us. Our media has been weaponized against us. The corporations built on the backs of working Americans, you and me, have been used, big business, big tech, our own government, colluded to contain we people. Big Pharma's experimenting on us with the permission and insistence of our government, our employers, education institutions, media, and even our neighbors. Our representatives have one job: represent we the people. Yep. How many of you would like your medical freedom and your privacy back? Yeah. How many want our energy independence back? Yeah. This half of the room is not clapping so much. You guys don't want your energy independence back? How many of you want your police and military back? How many of you parents want your schools back? We the people, I think we can all agree, we the people want the United States of America back. United States. These representatives have been misrepresenting us in favor of the needs of foreign countries, foreign nationals, and illegal aliens. Our nurses, doctors, police, firemen, frontline essential workers, parents were heralded as heroes during the pandemic, only to be reclassified later by the FBI, our own FBI, as domestic terrorists. The social networks and tech companies we built with our networks, our pictures, our baby pictures, our families, have been used to silence and track us and suppress free speech in America. Are you okay with that? Nope. I think we've had enough. America is at war from within. Our government, the corporations, the media, the institutions of education, our personal bodies have all been infiltrated. It's because we have the wrong people representing us. That's right. We need new representation. We need them to represent us in Washington, D.C., and then we need them to represent us here at home. So, yeah, we can clap for that. Do you see them? Do you ever see Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth? I've never seen them once. And I'm in the media. I mean, I've been at I've been at radio media outlets. I've been at media events. I was at the Heinz VA a couple of weeks ago. The director of the Veterans Affairs was there because they have this new facility for their renal department. They're going to be the best. They say they're going to be the best at kidney transplants for our vets. Sounds like a great thing. How many have heard Tammy's for the vets? She's a vet. She wasn't there. I was there. And I don't get special credit for that, but I went there because I wanted to ask him 2 questions. Number 1, will you make sure that our veterans can always have a family member with them when they're infirmed, when they need surgery, when they need somebody to advocate them? How many people go to the doctor or have your parents go to the doctor? The number 1 thing they tell you is you need to have an advocate with you. You need to have somebody that's there with you, listening and paying attention. That's right. Our vets need that. Will you, Mr. Director, I can't remember his name, Will you, Mr. Director, make sure that they can always have somebody there, whether or not they took the test or did the thing or took the, the thing. Whether or not they did that, will you let them in there? He said yes. Will you let our vets get surgeries, whether or not they've had the vax or whether or not they want to comply with a new medical procedure? And he said yes. But your representatives are nowhere to be found on this stuff. In fact, what they're doing is they're representing their agenda back to us. Tammy Duckworth, anybody in here on Twitter? No, not a lot of people are on Twitter, right? Tammy Duckworth is on Twitter. And Dick Durbin is on Twitter. It might be worth considering getting on Twitter so you could see what the two representatives, our two senators, are saying. Before the leak about Roe versus Wade and the opinion piece from our Supreme Court about Roe versus Wade came out, Tammy Duckworth tweeted that if she's reelected, she's going to spend the next 6 years focusing on making sure abortion becomes codified as law. That's her focus. Does anybody in here think that's in the top 10 things we should be focusing on in America? They shut down our economy. They shut down this state. They shut down our schools. They shut down our churches to save lives. They wanted to save lives. You know how many lives we lost to COVID? 36,000 lives from COVID. That's over the whole period. You know how many abortions there were every year?
Right.
In Illinois, 45,000 every year. 45,000 in 2020, 45,000 in 2021, 45,000 in 2022, and the number does not go down. It's a business. And they're focusing on that business, and they're not focusing on our freedom. They're not focusing on our economy. They're not focusing on our children, the ones that are here. They're not focusing on their education. I pulled my kids, Christina was talking about yanking your kids out of school. I pulled my kids out of school, 2 boys, and this was before COVID. Because I realized, man, these guys need to be around me, and they're learning. They're not learning math and science, and they're learning some real garbage in here. And we're trying to fix the schools from the inside. So people might say, well, why don't you run for school board? Or why don't you do this? The schools are broken. The parents need to start making new choices, and we need to free the parents so that the money follows the student. No matter where the student wants to go. Local money, federal money. The parents should be deciding. This CRT, SEL, all this stuff needs to be dumped out of the schools. Immediately, it needs to be banned. I will not sign off. So I'm running for 1 term. I think the bus is here. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm running for 1 term. Senate is a 6-year term. The point of the Senate is to keep stability in the government because the Congress is voted in every 2 years and the executive branch is coming in and out every 4 years. So the Senate is supposed to be the bedrock of our government. They're not supposed to go to the whims of what's fashionable or what's on MTV, or I guess maybe MTV is a bad reference now. What's on TikTok? I'm from the MTV generation. So whatever is the new flavor of the day, whatever is woke, that may happen with Congress every 2 years, but the Senate is supposed to be steady. And so I'm running for 2 reasons. Number 1, because we have 2 representatives. Dick Durbin is out in 4 years. How many would agree he's the tougher of the 2? Tammy's the weakest link. Would you agree? This is the year to get Tammy out. And so I want to inspire a red wave that doesn't happen in 2022. This red wave needs to happen in 2022, in 2024, in 2026, in 2028, in 2030, and keep going. We want to ride that thing like the surfers in California and hang loose. So in order to do that, people need to start believing that Illinois is the land of the free, not the land of the woke. And they'll believe it when they see that some guy beat some incumbent with $6 million in a war chest because he stands for basic things like America first. So with your support and your vote and you telling more people, that's what we need. We need everybody in here to get out your phone and text people and tell people. June 28th, there's a primary election. It's the Tuesday before Independence Day. It's maybe not going to be a great turnout. It's up to you. The choice is now yours. The candidates have done what they're going to do, and it's up to you to vote on June 28th. And before that, it's only, it's going to be a week from Tuesday. Before that, can you take on your phone, this supercomputer in your pocket, this printing press? Can you text everyone you know and say, I really like this guy, Darren Bailey. Oh, and he had this other guy come out. His name's Matt Dubiel. He's running for the United States Senate. Oh, and by the way, Judy is awesome. You know, Adela. I saw 30 of her signs on the way here. I should have pronounced it correctly. So that's what it takes. 30 people that you know, 300 people that are in your phone, email, text, Facebook, social media, whatever you've got. It's got to go beyond the vote. June 28th is the day to vote. My name is Matt Dubiel. We have some stuff left over, although the people in Oswego took almost everything we had, but we have shirts, we have whatever I have, I would like to give to you to give out to people. And thank you for your time, thank you for your patriotism, and thank you for your patience. And God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
I grew up in Illinois. One of my best memories is listening to the radio on the way to go fishing in Braidwood with my dad. Today, I'm a dad, and I work in radio. I met my wife Michelle here in Woodridge at a restaurant we both worked at, and now we have 4 kids of our own. And we take them that same ride down I-55 to go fishing. There's one big thing that changes when we grow up and have kids: priorities. The country we grew up in was patriotic. The playbook for the American dream was clear. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, follow the golden rule, get a job, buy a house, get married, and raise a family. But it hasn't quite worked out that way. Today, criminals are the ones who are rewarded instead of achievers. Our college graduates are working as baristas, while our trades can't find enough qualified workers. Our children are taught critical race theory and early alt-sex ed, while being told 2 + 2 = 5. Our government is printing and spending money, resulting in massive inflation. And the internet, which was supposed to liberate people with information, is instead being used to track and silence Americans. The truth is, America has the wrong priorities. It's up to us to get America back on track again. Because we're up against a media that lies to us, schools that teach our kids to hate themselves and our country, and corporations that have gotten so wealthy and powerful, they think they're in charge. It's time to put America first, protect our children, support parents, restore law, order, and common sense, and secure our border once and for all. Instead of pretending we can somehow fix the rest of the world, we've got to get back to our Constitution and what it stands for: we the people. My name is Matt Dubiel. I'm running to represent Illinois in the United States Senate. Because if we want our kids and grandkids to know the joy of freedom in the USA, we need the right priorities. I hope you'll join me.